stand and listen to everyone speak and share their experiences. You know, I'm reading what's on the back of the t-shirt and saying like, we all have a story, share your story. And I think that's the reason why everyone's here. We all have our own individual experiences and journeys. Hearing everyone speak gave me strength and courage, because it's terrifying to talk about, you know? Much harder to do than stepping inside of a cage. I want to talk about my own experiences and what I've gone through in 2017. It hurts, it's hard to talk about, but I can do it because it's my experience. In 2017, I was preparing for my world title defense, and it was the third fight that year. It was supposed to be in November, and I was going into this fight camp the heaviest I've ever been. So I fight at 115 pounds, and I was starting at 138, 139, and it's really tough. So, you know, we go through the training camp, and pretty much I was overtraining, under-eating, starving myself, and my team, my family, they thought that they were supporting me by encouraging me to keep going. I can make it. Let's do this, let's do that. But in reality, I think that my physical health was affecting me so much that it was starting to eat away at my mental health. And so mentally, I started to become unstable, and thoughts started to creep in. Started to think that, can't my family see that I'm suffering, that I'm hurting? You know, why do they want me to go through this, you know? And so for me, and it's hard to understand, you know, if you haven't competed, or, you know, why did she do this to herself when it was just about making weight? No. This was so important to me. I thought it was the most important thing in my life. If I didn't make weight for this competition, this world title fight, my title would be stripped away. The shame of all that, about missing weight, and just, I couldn't, you know, growing up in martial arts, that just wasn't an option to me. So my other option, which was definitely wrong at the time, was to take myself out of the competition. So I would rather put my life in fate's hands than talk to my dad, my coach, and tell him I can't do it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. So for me, now looking back, I can see the different factors that led up to why I was having suicidal ideations and why I tried to take my life. Last December, I was helping my sister prepare for her fight, and the day after Christmas, I wake up and start to get ready for training, and yeah, my sister took her life, and she was 18 years old. Nobody saw it coming. And that's oftentimes the case for people who we lose to suicide. It's been really, really hard. You know, out of my family, I'm the only one who's speaking up about this. I'm the only one who's talking about it because I've been through it. I understand as well, and I understand how important it is that we acknowledge it and we do something about it. That we try to be better, that we hear about it so that we can educate ourselves and others. You know, when we talk about mental health, it's something that affects everyone. Mental health is just like health. You know, the only thing is that it's invisible. You can't really see. And oftentimes, you know, when you're going through mental illness, when I was going through my crisis in 2017, I didn't realize what was happening to me. I didn't realize why I was feeling this way. I didn't have that perception or that knowledge at the time. Only now, looking back, I can see and identify what was going on. So, you know, and mental health is a spectrum. So you can go from feeling great and being at your best to being in a crisis, and that varies, you know, from day to day. It's something that we all go through. There should be no shame in talking about it and asking for help or trying to start that conversation is sometimes the hardest thing to do. I know because I've been in those shoes when I couldn't ask for help. And, you know, I think that it is so important that in this day and age, you know, we make that change. We open that door and start that conversation because it's really, really needed, especially in combat sports. You know, with Fight Story, we want to create this platform where we can share these experiences and what we've gone through, but then also take steps to being better. You know, creating programs, educating. One of the things that's really important to me is getting into the high schools, the different education systems, and talking about why nutrition is so important, why recovery and emotional health, mental health is so important. You know, educating these athletes, and not just the athletes, but the coaches and the caretakers as well. Everyone needs to be on the same page because, you know, how we do things today needs to be better than yesterday. And again, I just want to thank you all so much for coming here, and for Ensign and all of these amazing people for showing true courage, being brave and vulnerable and strong, talking about these experiences, because this is harder to do than anything we do in the cage. It really takes a lot. And so I just want to, again, just say thank you, and that we can do this together, you know?